boyfriend. In 2018, while performing at Tyler's annual Flog Gnaw Carnival, Jaiden announced, "I just want to say Tyler, the creator, is my best friend in the world and I love him so effing much." Jaiden also came clean about their relationship, revealing that Tyler was the one holding back about the relationship because he didn't want people to find out about the relationship. He also claimed that they had been together for a long time.
"I just want to say Tyler, the creator, is the best friend in the world and I love him so much. And I want to tell you guys something. I want to tell you, Tyler doesn't want to say, but Tyler's my mother boyfriend, and he's been my mother boyfriend my whole life. Tyler, the creator, is my boyfriend. It's true." Also, the fire marshal said they're going to shut us down. So if you could just step back a little bit, just so they don't shut us down or whatever. I don't know what that means. There's a lot of you. Tyler, the creator, is my boyfriend. Okay, if you take anything away from this show, that's what you need to take away.
Even in that video.
Now, I want to say something about what you just saw. Oh, man. How many times do people want to use their sexuality as promotion and marketing? How do you want people to take you seriously and respect you? If you want to be that, fine. Why do you need to flaunt that in front of everybody's face? You want to use that for ooh and all so you can get into a whole new market? Then knock yourself out. But why do you have to promote it in marketing? I just don't understand that. You're the son of Will Smith. You've been in motion pictures. You have CDs out. What was the point of that? I don't really get it. I'm taking, just baffled by all I just saw there in that little clip. Now, to make things more known to the person and the people out there, let me go ahead and explain some things about what this situation represents. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Carcino.
Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. No one knows Carcino and none of these. There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them.
All right, we are back. Hollywood have a problem. And this is the problem right here. They're dealing with what they call pansexualism. And pansexual, I thought, I didn't know what the hell it was. I thought people was having sex with pandas. But actually, this is something that just tells them that, well, it just makes them feel like if you put a word to something, it's okay. And just saying, oh, well, it means that I can sleep with anybody. Pansexual can sleep with anybody. One of the people who does video reviews actually made a video talking about it and came out and explained how he was a pansexual. You saw Wayne Brady come out and said he was pansexual. And this is basically to protect them from the blackmail that was to come down the line, as other people have been extorting them for money, claiming to out them for their sexual behaviors. Now, Tyler, the creator, is somebody who I believe he's homosexual, but I don't know. But from what I've heard, him and Jaiden Smith are a bunch of pansexuals. Now, what many of you don't know is Jaden Smith had an incident in school when he was in grammar school. And there was an incident with another child at a very rich, prestigious school. They went to a school where most celebrity kids go, um, but they're not just celebrity kids. High profile lawyers, doctors, like everybody, every kid that goes to that school is their parents are loaded. In other words, so for Jaden Smith, you know, this is different. Jaden was moved to homeschool because of an incident that happened with another kid, and the incident that Jada Pinkett was trying to say was racially motivated. The parents was concerned about Will Smith's son and their child, their boy, and it was kind of like early homo stuff at nature. And before any of this could come out, the school handled it, and Jada Pinkett snatched Jaden Pickett out of the school. Hardly nobody knows that happened. You have to really be connected to find out that happened. And I know it happened. So just let you know that went down. And he was put into homeschool. So now that was a disconnect for him, confusing and disconnected as far as having friends, going to a classroom, things of that nature. He was kind of disconnected as him and his sister basically were ostracized from being around other kids. They were mostly growing up around adults. When you grow up around adults, it could hinder the way you perceive reality and what normal kids go through. Jaden Smith grew up around producers, executives, and maybe their executives' kids, if they were around. They were friends of the family, best friends, and they'll have getaways. But you're dealing with other celebrity kids who are living the same way as you, isolated, ostracized, and they're awkward because instead of being kids who turn into adults, they're young adults as kids, growing up to be more confused than ever because they never really had a childhood. People call it the Michael Jackson syndrome, but no. This is much worse. Michael had brothers, he had cousins that would come around. He was around family all the time growing up, so he wasn't alone. Most of these kids are alone, and their parents are rich. So they have nothing really to identify with. And for some reason in Hollywood, this pansexual thing has been transpiring more and more frequently than anyone has ever seen before. Now, when it comes to this situation with Tyler, the Creator and Jaden Smith, they've been friends for a very long time. He's a big 6'2" guy who is pretty out there. Some people say he's gay. I don't know if he's ever said it. I don't really listen to Tyler the Creator's music. It's not my genre. Well, him and Jaden Pickett Smith and um, they started doing their collaborations early, but their relationship is their business. You know, I mean, they've been around each other, and since Jaden got into music and was getting away from his parents, getting away from his mom, being around his friends in the industry. Well, as he was coming up, Tyler the Creator was doing his thing and coming into what people would say his biggest come out party. Like in 2015, 2016, Tyler the Creator, went out there, started doing these weird dances and kind of changing his style around. So like since 2015, 2016, around that time, he was with Frank Ocean when Frank Ocean was like the only gay man in the genre at the time. That's the way they tried to make it look like Frank Ocean. So Frank Ocean came out there and everybody pretended like they loved Frank Ocean. It was weird. Yeah, Pusha T out there. Yeah, The Game. And all these people who were trying to be associated with Tyler the Creator because he's so talented, but they want to make sure they are appeasing the other side of the spectrum, meaning the other sectional, the rainbow people. Now, their relationship. Once that statement was made by Jaden Pickett Smith on stage, is because Tyler the Creator wasn't trying to make that publicly known. And Jaden was so eager, so adamant about expressing himself publicly. He wanted the whole world to know that they were dating and it was okay. The times have changed. It was now. So Tyler the Creator was no, trying to laugh it off and everything because he didn't want anyone to know he was dating Jaden Smith. Now, the real reason why Jaden Smith was so upset with his mother when he decided he wanted to be emancipated and all of these things based on her behaviors and her hitting on his friends. He had a crush on a lot of these guys. He had a crush on August. He had a crush on a lot of these guys he was hanging with and hanging around. So a lot of people didn't really know about him. Like they know like he's just okay, he's free spirited. Well, okay, I don't know about dude. Like we don't really know like what he does. Is he old enough to be around here? Like how old is this dude? Like people he was hanging around. They didn't really know about him. Like is he interested in these women or he interested in me? That's what he's doing. So he wasn't really invited around certain groups because of that. Some people felt and had reservations about bringing him around. And the failure of After Earth ruined his entire acting career. He never had anybody hate him for anything that he's done or criticize it. That thing had sent him into a spiral when After Earth dropped. So after that, it just became more of the same. Oh, well, when you look at the disagreements people have, um, wild perceptions, or pretty much just in general, you're kind of don't care. You don't. You don't really care. Sorry, I'm watching the game. But you don't really care about this, to be honest. Like nobody cares like what this dude is doing. But for those who are caught into this Hollywood world where they are so enamored about what happens in Hollywood every 10 minutes, this is it. Let me tell you something. The whole world they see a situation that's not normal or it's abnormal to them because of how everyone looks and respectfully so go after it. They go after it. They say, "Oh man, this is a great look and all this," and Tyler, the creator, used him because him and Tyler isn't as tight as they used to be. Tyler still does his shows and all this, but Jaiden felt pretty much used because Tyler, the creator, he felt like, look, people know I said it. It's public. We should just go ahead and be open. He didn't feel that way, you know. Yeah, well, what you want to do is make sure that if you gonna be in that world, if you gonna be Tyler the Creator or Jaden Pickett Smith and all that, you want to make sure you cover all your bases before you go public. It should be a group or collective decision. If that person isn't ready to go public with the relationship, you got to ask yourself why. Why? Because maybe your feelings might be stronger than the other person. I know people don't get it because we live in a world of sanity. Well, just say we don't live in the Hollywood world. In the Hollywood world, they marry pets. I married my Morris. This is a Hollywood world. Their parents will call the teacher and get mad at the teacher because the teacher was like, why my son? It's like, well, your son came in today and, he said he wanted to marry a turtle. And I just wanted to let you know. So we encourage pets, we don't put labels on things. It's just an example. He can identify with whatever he wants. Well, their problem is simple, right? When your problem is right, well, your problem is trying to find direction. No one cares. Hollywood is just really weird, man. It's a very different world. Nothing like you could tell them anything. Like, well, I just murdered 3 people the other day, but they're really bad. It'd be, oh yeah, it is some bad people out here. It's no emotion, no reaction. It's not everything is not out of the norm. You won't surprise any of them. They'd be like, oh, look at that. She has a real snake on her head. That's amazing. Did they sell that? Where did they sell that? That's amazing. That's a real snake. How do you get the snake to be so calm, to sit on your hat like that? It's all curled up around. Do they sell them like that? Oh, well, you see, you have to get the right kind of snake. Plus, it's a good thing to make sure he's fed. And plus, I could always switch hats. I could take the snake off, take the hat, put another hat, and put the snake around that one. They like to be curved around hats. This is amazing. Now, what happens if you take your hat off and set it somewhere like a restaurant? Oh, I don't do that. These people are weird. So to say Tyler, the creator, used Jaden Pickett Smith, or I don't know why I keep calling him Jaden Pickett Smith, but that's a scenario that doesn't sit well with me. Well, when you get into a situation where people don't understand the process, they don't. Yeah, well, they don't understand the process, and people will never understand the direction of changing culture and the way people move. And Hollywood is all about emotions. They're all about feelings. They're all about, oh, are you gonna do this today? Or are we gonna do that today? It's just so weird. Y'all have no clue, man. This place is really weird. A lot of this falls on Jada because in reality, Jada failed as a wife. She's failed as a parent. If you look at her son and her daughter, and you can't tell which one is the male, which one is the female. And I would say Will has failed them as a father. And Tyler, the creator, is really connected and used the connections that Jaden Pickett had or Jaden Smith to heighten his popularity. People already knew of his music and stuff, but it helped him out as far as the connections, the people he's met, brands. So you can say he used them. All right. Okay, but this dude fell in love with him. So one person was in love, another person was not. Whether it's male or female, we've seen how this works. And when it's over, one person, the person that's going to be the most hurt is the person that expected more out of it. So, with that being said, I say this to say that I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. They ain't dating no more. I saw him in the pictures with the new girl he's dating. Now Jaden is trying to show he's into women. Now I don't care. I really don't care. 100% don't care. But you asked me about Hollywood and how they get down and all of this stuff. I'm not alien to it. It's the same way it was in the 90s. It's just that now it's a little, the weirdness is more accepted and it's more extravagant. And I haven't been around it in a long time, and I'm very happy to not be around it. Because they already know, okay, not him. That guy can't go nowhere. They know not to do any of this around me. They know, they basically do a test when they're at these events and parties to see who's ready to go on this challenge. Who's ready to go behind door number 2? And that's like, nah, not him. He's not the one. Like I've always told y'all, they're not interested in any of these new people. They're interested in the young. They want these young internet content creators. They want all of you starving for fame. They want you guys. They don't care about me. Anyway, I'm out. Deuces.